If you have weak ankles, then today I'm going to show you 3 different movements, a beginner, intermediate, and advanced variation that you can use every single day for just 1 to 2 minutes to build stronger ankles. And the reason why this is so effective is this. The number one job of the ankle is to do one of 2 movements. One is to point the toes down like this, utilizing the calf muscle. And the second is bringing the toes towards your shin like this, utilizing this muscle right here. So all 3 of these moves are going to focus on stretching and strengthening your ankles by pointing your toes and then extending your toes up as far as possible. So all you have to do is follow along, pick the variation that's appropriate for you, and then remember, just set a timer once a day for anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes and do this movement to strengthen your ankles. The first move is called the seated calf rock. And so what we're gonna do is this. Bring our feet straight forward and make sure when we look down, our knees are going the same direction as our toes. Don't let them wobble in like this or go out too far like that. From there, press your feet into the ground. Now, the amount of pressure you put into your feet is gonna dictate how difficult this is for you. Now, come all the way up on the balls of your feet and try to feel your calf muscles firing. Hold for a second, come down slowly while pushing your feet into the ground, and then bring your toes towards your nose, trying to feel these muscles right here firing. Now slowly go back and forth, squeezing the calves, bringing the toes to the nose, trying to have nice, smooth, slow motions, and trying to reach a full range of motion on every single repetition, meaning as high up on your toes as possible, and then bringing your toes to your nose as much as possible. Now this is a beginner variation, so if you can do this for 2 minutes and not feel too much of a pump in your lower legs, then go on to the next movement, which is more of an intermediate movement. For this intermediate variation, make sure you start with your toes straight forward and your hips fully extended. So don't bow forward like this or have bad posture. Use your hand for support if you need to. And we're gonna do the same exact movement as before. First, coming up on the balls of our feet, pushing our toes as far as we can and feeling the muscle of the calf firing, holding for a second. Slowly and smoothly coming back down, and then bringing our toes towards our nose, firing the muscles on the front sides of the shin, holding again for a second. Now slowly and controlled, moving between those 2 positions, really trying to build that mind-muscle connection and squeeze the muscles at the end range of motion for each part of this movement. Now again, this is an intermediate movement, and so if you can do this movement for 2 whole minutes without feeling too much of a pump in your lower leg, well then you can try this advanced variation of the movement. Okay, for the advanced variation, we're gonna stay standing and use a chair for support if we need it. Bring one foot forward, and this time we're just going to bend the other knee backwards like this. We still want to squeeze the glutes and extend the hips and focus on tall posture throughout this movement. Now, from here, what you're gonna do is the same thing. Raising up on the toe as high as you can, trying to find balance and feel those calf muscles. Slowly and smoothly coming down, bringing the toes to the nose as much as possible, again trying to find balance and feel the muscles on the front side of the shin. And going back and forth, slow and controlled, rocking on one foot. And the goal would be to do anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes on one foot, and then switch legs and match that same amount of time, doing 1 to 2 minutes of these calf rocks with the other leg. Now, like I said, all you have to do is pick one of these 3 variations: the beginner variation, the intermediate variation, or this advanced variation. Do it every single day for anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes or until you get a nice pump in the muscles of your lower legs. By doing this, you're going to build a better connection with the muscles of the lower legs that strengthen the ankles. You're going to build more flexibility, and ultimately you will have stronger, more pain-free ankles that will support you throughout your daily life. Hey, before you go, we know that stretching and strengthening your ankles is gonna make your body feel a whole lot better. But what if you could stretch and strengthen your entire body? Well, at WeShape, that's exactly what we do. We give you personalized, follow-along workouts that you can do from the comfort of your own home. So, if you wanna try it out for free for 2 whole weeks, all you have to do is click the link below, take our free quiz where we'll ask you a bunch of questions about what your goals are, what your capabilities are, where you're tight, where you're strong, and we'll put together a customized follow-along workout just for you to give it a shot, all right? So click that link and we'll see you there.